Welcome to another episode of Roll or Die. We have on today's episode another repeat guest. This guy was probably my favorite episode, or one of my favorite episodes that we've had on so far. Last time we had him on was episode 93, back in late 2021, when he had just returned from World Masters and was quarantining in a hotel room. So we're looking forward to having another conversation with him now. He's one of the best known athletes, I'd say, in Australia. Very highly regarded. He is the head coach of Southside BJJ. He's a third degree black belt. He is Vicente Cavalcanti. Thanks for joining us, Vicente.
Thank you very much, guys. It's been a while since last time.
Yeah,
VC. It's there's a few changes, mate. Number one, I'm the new co-host, so
yeah.
Anton's gone into semi-retirement, I think, the legend. So it's awesome for me to have you on the podcast, mate. I've seen you obviously over at World Masters, and then when you come down to Melbourne, and I've obviously seen you at the Vics and the Nationals and Pampax and all those sorts of things.
We did the camp together with Lepri, hey? Yeah,
we did, man, and I actually listened to your old podcast today, and I didn't realize that you and Lucas were such good friends, and that you were white belts together, right? Like that is crazy, mate. That is crazy.
Yeah, we actually start almost the same time, I think. Yeah, my coach gave his coach black belt, and then we were
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool back the day.
Yeah.
And apart from Lucas's jiu-jitsu, he is a bloody good-looking man too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
He's such a nice guy.
I know, man. He's a tough guy as well. I don't know how good he got. I don't know how he got that good.
It was probably dealing with big guys like you, mate. Like he's got to learn to pass and like get around. So the details. If anybody ever gets the chance to go to a Lucas Lepri seminar, like get along, because just watching that guy move, like when he's demonstrating it, it is so smooth. Like,
looks like the jiu-jitsu was made for his body type. Like everything worked for him, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Tell us those some of those early back in Brazil. And if you haven't listened to the old podcast, guys, jump back on it with Anton and Kim. It's very, very cool. It's a really brief part of your early jiu-jitsu journey, and we'd love to touch a little bit more of it. But one of the cool things that you said in that podcast was that you had a couple of guys who were living on the streets, and you gave them gis, and they came in and started to train. And now they're black belts and they're successful. But what about your early days as a white belt and blue belt, mate? Like, how was it for you? Did you have to travel a long way? Tell us those sort of early days.
Or how you started in the first place when you first started in jiu-jitsu.
So basically, I have an uncle. Every Brazilian know my uncle. He's like a famous guy in Brazil, and he was the number 6 under Carson Gracie. So he was one of the OGs in jiu-jitsu, and he always told me to start training. But I live in Uberaba. I live like this town very far away, like in the middle of the Brazil, and we didn't have jiu-jitsu there. So the day jiu-jitsu started to get popular, and one day came to my town, I start training, and man, it's some people don't believe, but since the first day I started, I never missed one class. Like I was so hooked. Like, and I was far away from me. I didn't have car because I was young, so I had to like ride my bike for like 30-40 minutes to get to the gym. It was another side of the town. And yeah, man, I was so hooked. I was just, and I was like, like white guy, like blue eyes in Brazil. Had to roll with those big guys every day. Was it was a challenge for me. But I was always look after my coach. Always look after me. I was, make my best friends came from that time, and I still train. I just come back from Brazil last Wednesday. And I did 2 seminars there. One from the guy we mentioned, the guy I took from the streets.
Wow.
He has a project now. We did a seminar for his kids. We have like almost 80 kids. I post on my Instagram, have heaps of kids. We got some chocolates for the kids. It was pretty cool for Christmas. And I did another seminar that we got the money. We donate for this guy as well. He hurt his knee, and he's a coach as well. He drive Ubers, so he need the money. We did a seminar, gave the money to him as well. It was pretty cool. So all the guys from my back the day, all the guys was there. All my old students, all my old friends, everyone was during the trains. The seminar was pretty cool. See everyone.
So how long has it been since you went back to Brazil? How often do you go often? Or?
I used to go more often, but
Mm.
now since the COVID got a little bit more expensive,
Mm.
and I went there. I think 2000. I don't know. I think 1 year after that podcast we
Oh,
had.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's
Yeah.
the level like there in Brazil, like say versus Australia? How do you find jiu-jitsu there?
Oh, I'm very suspicious to say because the place I trained, like all the guys used to, most of them was my students. So it's, so for me, when I go there, I won't have a holiday, I won't have a break, enjoy family, and then I go train. Everyone want to try kick my ass, try to prove a point.
Yeah.
So I have to be sharp.
Yeah.
So, but I would say like the place I normally train in Australia compared to there, we probably even or maybe better,
Ah,
Yeah, I think here, like at least here where I'm teaching, we have so many kids,
yeah.
and like I have this kid training with me. I have heaps of kids, but I have some kids that was kids and now they become a man, like they become a teenager man, and I'll tell you, they come hard. They come like so hard. They're so sharp, and I
Yep.
don't see that much in Brazil.
Oh.
Like I don't see many, at least in my town. I see more like the guys that start more as adult age.
Mm.
Like I start as 18. I
Mm.
have all my friends that start 18, 19, 20, above 20s.
Mm.
And here you see, like I have like this kid I'm having now. His name's Satoru. He started 6 years old, and he's 16. He's been training for 10 years. Man, and he's a machine. He's like the black belt hunter in my club here. He's been kicking ass. And I have like Jacob that now is 21 as well. He started very early. And then he's 21, but he has like, I don't know, 12 years of jiu-jitsu.
Mm.
And then I have Jovan as well. He started 6 and now he's like 20. So, these kids, they're young, but they have so many years on the mat already. So it's,
Yeah.
you don't see that much, at least for where I'm from in Brazil.
Yeah.
And
We have
Do
a
you think
similar
that's a money
experience. Yeah.
thing?
it's not
Do you think that's a financial thing over there?
I don't know because it's not very expensive to train in Brazil.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
more the I don't know. Here, I think the kids in Australia is very very athletic. Like man, I have kids train with me. They come and say, "Oh, I'm tired today. I swam 4,000 meters. I did the cross training. I ran 4K." And I say, "Man, how old are you?" They're like 9, 12. You know, we just play soccer and jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Man, I'm almost 52. I have no idea how I'm going to keep up with these 16, 17-year-olds, man. Seriously.
Me either. But I like it. Like I'm not the
Yeah.
type of the guy. When they maybe 8 years ago, I have my pride, my ego. I didn't like lose, and then now I'm kind of switch more like my coach mode thing.
Yeah.
And then when I see they tapping me, and I feel so happy. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm doing my job, right? I'm doing the
Doing the
job.
job.
If I don't do my job,
Yeah.
keep beating them. Like so.
Yeah.
It's the natural.
Being a blue-eyed boy in Brazil, mate, like, was there bullying? Like, did you get picked on for having, white skin, blue eyes, or not really?
And until jiu-jitsu came to my life, I used to, I used to, but then like, cause always I have these social things, like even before jiu-jitsu, I used to help my mom helping a lot of like poor people as well. So always I knew a lot of people, like it's always
Yeah.
I have someone look after me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And is that maybe why your uncle got famous because he was like blue-eyed, so he's like, I can't fight, I better be funny.
My uncle is totally different. My uncle's he was 18. He was 17, I think, and have a Rio and São Paulo, and have this TV show. Used to have like a battle between the universities from Rio and São Paulo. So he went there defending Rio, and the owner of the channel loved him, and he put him to start be the host of the show as a
Wow,
yeah. So he the whole life he was famous, and he's a comedian. So he's like every Brazilian know. If you ask Sérgio Malandro, everyone knows who is Sérgio Malandro. Yeah,
classic.
yeah, classic.
That's cool.
Um,
Have you got an early Lucas Lepri story, mate?
Man,
Like comps, did you travel to comps together?
yeah,
Because
we
we've had like the Brazilians we've had on, right, Cam? Like they talk about, going to a competition, like they've all got to get in a bus or borrow a car and then they drive somewhere. And
yeah.
so
So
was
takes
that
them
like feet?
two
That's what it was
days.
like?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like I grew up in Uberaba, and he's from Uberlândia. It's like 100 kilometers distance between both cities. So I used to do camps together, training camps together, and then every comp we used to go used to have a bus, or they come from Uberlândia, pick us up, or we come from Uberaba, pick them up. Depends the way we go.
Yeah.
So you have a lot and have like some war fights during the bus, inside the bus, man. Yeah, some deep stuff. Was deep. Was
And
very.
speaking of competing, VC, you are a epic competitor. Like your results, they speak for themselves. Can you share with our listeners maybe some of your mental preparation that you do before you compete? Like I've seen you on the side of the mat. Like it's a sight to see. Like you're really in the zone, in the moment. What do you sort of what are thoughts going through your mind before you compete?
So like see, that's one thing. Like Lucas always give me tips about this kind of stuff. Cause always I was more worried about the medals. And I think 3 years ago, Lucas told me, I think he said, man, you need to stop think about the medals. Stop think about your performance. Fight by fight. And that complete changed my mind. I was like, I have my goal is be win the world championship in masters. My goal was to win in adults, and then I got told, oh, you got one point to say I can't win the medal anymore. So my goal is to win the world's masters, and like I think sometimes I put too much pressure on my head about this medal because it's one thing I've been trying since 2003. And every time I get second, I get third, I get second, I get third, second, or no medal, and I keep, and every year I think, oh man, if I, should I go? And my wife said, no, you should go. And then, have you seen the meme, the guy try find the diamonds, and he keep it digging, and he give up, and the guy go and find it? So every time
Yeah.
I think about the meme, man, if you don't go this in my turn, like, I have to keep going. But about my performance is, I have, I think you guys can see here, look. I have like can you see this paper on the wall?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So I make like my training plan. I like old school. I like to put on the wall so I can see every day.
Mm.
yeah,
And I make like this one was for the last words. I made I think was 10 weeks or 8 weeks. And then I put like the whole my training, and then every day I tick the train I did. Like first day, second day, third day. And then when I get to the end of my list, I go to the comp, I look at the thing, I say, man, I did every single thing I could have done.
yeah,
So if I go there, like nothing I could do better. Like I did that everything possible I could have done. So I go very confident based on that thing. But when I do that plan and I have heaps of days that I didn't tick and I have to put the X because something happened, and then I go to the comp doubting myself. That's one thing that at least make me a part of my confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, right? It holds you accountable for your training, but it also gives you the confidence to know that you've done everything in your power to be the best on those days.
Yeah, man, I did my best. My
Yeah.
best enough. That's cool for me. But if I go there and I knew I could have done better, then I get pissed with myself. I say, man, I should have done that, you know? But sometimes you can do the best you can, and someone did better than you. So what can you do? It's just one,
Yeah.
and have the
Yeah, that
pride.
was my
Can they?
yeah, that was my last world masters match that I had. It was that, like, I felt really good. I was hitting the things that I needed to do, and I got to a spot to pass, and I just stopped.
Mm,
And the other guy kept doing jiu-jitsu and I
yeah,
didn't,
yeah,
and I ended up losing the match. And it was one of those things for me. I'm like, I have no idea what happened in my head. I literally got back off the plane in Melbourne. I just went, all right, I'm fixing that. And you just go back and you fix things. And then hopefully the next time you go over or the next competition, that hole is plugged. So have you got lessons like that you've actually learned out on the mat, VC, where you're
oh
like, I will never that will never happen to me again?
man, I have 1 year I lost. I have cramps, and man, now I'm fully off magnesium. Before, because I don't know what's happened with me, man. I eat very healthy here in Australia. I
Yeah.
but last year, I normally fighting heavy, 94 kilos. Last year, I tried to go super heavy because I was like 97, 98. But as soon as I got to America, man, every year I get some I don't know if it's the food there. I have like this kind of like diarrhea or something.
Yeah.
The day I went to compete, I was 94. I could fight in 94, you know,
Yeah.
it was 100 kilos. So
Yeah.
anyway, first year, I think it was cramps that affect my performance. Last year was definitely my gas. Like I could see like my gas. I did too much. I was feeling strong for the weight because I was super heavy, so I did my strength condition different. But I kind of failed on my cardio. So I got home, like you said, I got home. I went and bought that assault bike and put next to the. So I'm doing like extra training now. This year, I hope I'll be strong and my cardio will be on point as well.
You have to start running and swimming with those 9-year-old kids, mate.
No, I can't run, man. I used to love to run. My knees bad, my back hurts, everything hurts.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. So what's next for you, VC? You'll be looking to head to World Masters later this year. What about before then? What's on your
So
agenda?
my calendar, I want to do more locals comps this year to get like my rhyme, like get my mind
Yeah,
that's better. I'll definitely want to bring my team more for the comps in Melbourne because I
yeah,
wish the comps like Pampex or Nationals could be at least once here on the Gold Coast,
yeah.
but not. So I'm gonna bring my team for those. As a coach, I want to set the bar a little bit higher for my club this year
Mm,
because for the last 13 years, I opened my club 14 years ago. We won the Queensland States for the last 13 years.
yeah,
Yeah.
So, like we won everything we want here. I want to really set the bar. Like last year, my goal was the Pampex, and we got 3 trophies in Pampex last year. With
Massive.
I think we went with 20 people. So I want to bring more people, try get better results.
Yeah.
Which is hard because in Melbourne you get like Dominance, you get IAT,
yeah,
get those guys have a lot of guys there because
yeah,
you're not local. So I want to try bring more people. This is my goal for like as a coach. For myself, I want to try this year the Abu Dhabi Worlds,
Yeah.
and I want to do the Master Worlds. And if I'm lucky with my wife, I want to do the North America Masters as well, which is the same weekend as the Worlds Adult.
yeah.
Yeah.
because I want to bring some students as well. So it would be work perfect for me.
Yeah,
It's
fantastic.
it's something that it's something Kim and I were talking about earlier, VC, and Kim said it before, like seeing you walking around the mat and how focused you are and that sort of thing. But then seeing you off the mat when you're walking around, and you've got, in the middle of matches where your students aren't up, you're like, number one, man, you're like, you have this amazing presence around you. Like when you walk past, you know that there's somebody there, and it's not your size, it's just the way that you are. But you're also one of the smiliest, happiest
Mhm.
people around. Like you say hi to everybody, you've always got time for people. So having you down at these local comps, well, I say local because we're down in Victoria, but having you at these competitions, man, it's really cool. So to be able to bring your
Yeah.
students down and then, having them come down and then you guys starting to smash it on the mats, I think it's fantastic.
Thank you, man. Thank you for the words. Yeah, I love to be. I think like comp is like my happy place. Like I love going. Especially like when I go like Melbourne, because I see guys I haven't seen. I don't see every day because
Yeah.
for distance. That's good, but like put the chat on there, talk, have a. I love laughing. I love tease people, have jokes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's definitely me.
And
I might like to
VC,
do the mats as well.
we've had a couple of your other students on previously. Most recently, we had Dave Kappa, and he was
Yeah.
talking about getting his black belt. Tell us about your gradings there at Southside. They seem something really special.
Oh, I do. Like I'm gonna have a grading next week, but for color belts, like for more blues,
Mhm.
most of blues. For the black belts, I do once per year.
Yeah,
We call it a reunion. So we put all the affiliations together. I put the red carpet. Everyone wear white. Every year, I try increase something. I make some balloons this year. I put those, those promo hands with logo soft size. I try always increase a little bit, set the
yeah,
bar higher.
yeah,
And about my system, or about how I do my grading, or the
yeah.
what
Both, both.
my system, like I don't follow much like program for the black belts. It's more like my eyes, and like I never choose myself. I have like the some of the main coach with me. Always I have a chat, and then if the major agree, we decide to promote. It's never my decision. I do it. That's it. And then, but normally, basically, like I have heaps of guys come as a ready brown belt start training with me. I never give straight away the belts.
Yeah.
Like I like to create the friendship. I think the black belt for me is like the friendship, not just on the mat. Like I have to have that trust. Like of course, the guy has to have the skills on and off the mats. Have those behave the way he behave. Like but if someone come already brown, at least it's at least brown 2 years with me. He never
Yeah.
come. And now I have 44 black belts under me, man. Since all here, I have I think one in Brazil. Have that guy from Social Project, but he's not. He didn't get his black belt with me. He got all his belts with me. The black belt he got 1 month before I came to Brazil, so I missed that day. But yeah, most of the guys, I think I have like 4 or 5 that sat white to black with me. The
Wow.
all came, like purple or brown, and
So that 44 black belts, are they 44 that you have promoted to black belt, or is that through your affiliation?
44 I promote.
That's that's incredible. I wonder how many John Will has promoted. Like
Or,
44 is a lot,
or
man.
on wheels at least what he's probably like 60 or something. He'll be way more than me. He'll be like over 100,
You reckon? Yeah.
I reckon.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, but I like
Like I
us.
saw the photos and the videos that you had of your black belt reunion last year, And I'm just like, I was watching it, and I think I watched it like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah,
And I'm just like sitting there with my mouth open, just going, "Oh my God!"
that's
Guys, if you haven't seen it, jump on VC's account. It's crazy. It's so good.
it's very special. I try to make very special for them because like I call the family hide inside the gym, and when they turn and they see the family, it's very cool. But like some people say, oh man, because I'm 41. The guy say, oh man, 41, I have 44 black belts. But most, like I said, white to black, I got probably 5, 6.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
he guys came from me purple, brown, and man, I can't. I have some browns. The guys, like I said, at least minimum 2 years to get the trust, and then I have guys trained with me for 4 years, and then got hit black because it was brown. So I have heaps, but I don't know. I wonder how many Will Machado has as well.
yeah. Who's your favorite, mate? Have you got a favorite?
My wife,
That's the right answer. Yes, it is.
she's getting there. I try to convince her to compete, but she's scared. She has a bad shoulder.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I know the feeling. I know the feeling. But yeah, Southside, it's an amazing club, and obviously it's been built by you. And I think one of the things that I hear when people visit there or I meet the students is the culture. What can you tell us about how you try and put into your club to help to develop that culture? What's important for you in a club?
good time. Have good time. That like I came from a club that my first coach was a little bit strict with rules, I still like those rules, like, of course, like shoes outside the mat, bow, if you come late, wait outside to come in, all those things. But man, when you get to the mat, I like to tease everyone. I tease everyone. So if I open that door to tease everyone, I'm allowed people tease me back. But some people are being clubs like the teachers tease, but he doesn't accept being teasing. So like I think the road's 2 ways. So in my club, we love to tease, man. You have time to train hard. We train hard, but we always have the time to tease people. Have love. Of course, I'm not. I have bad days too. Like I'm a human being. So sometimes I get there, I'm stressed. But most of the days, it's with fun. We have love, we joke. You know. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that's I think the culture we have here. Like we train hard. Like most of the days is hard. We have beginners, intermediate, advanced. The advanced class is supposed to be hard. We train hard, and then well, it's still time to laugh, Because if I come here every day, if I put myself in the position, if I come every day here to the gym, I always like do this, do that, do this, like army. I probably wouldn't come back. Like back in the day, I was talking with my student about this. Back in the day, I have a coach, man. He used to bash the shit off us, man. Like I literally like slap but
yeah.
back in the day it was like actually cool. Like my coach slapped me. Like now if you do these things, man, you're like it's totally different. I like have fun, and then you enjoy your time on the mat, and then you want to come back next day. When it comes to the comp seasons, I get a little bit more restrict, but we still have good time. Yeah.
The Brazilian culture now. So you moved to the Gold Coast in 2010, right? Is
Yeah.
that correct? So, and you came over, you didn't know anybody, you knew someone down in Sydney or something, but like straight to the Gold Coast. How now do you find the Brazilian culture, or the Brazilians who are over here? Is it a good network? Is it a tight network? Like I'm sure you've made loads of different friends from Brazilians right through to Australians. But how do you find that Brazilian side of it now when you're at competitions and that sort of thing? Because it seems like you're all out there laughing and carrying on and having a ball.
Yeah. Man, I'm not lie. Like when I moved to Australia, was like I started teaching this place. I remember the guys used to the Brazilians wasn't uh very well welcome. I think
Yeah.
I think the previous guys was there wasn't very nice, so they didn't like much Brazilians. 4 years, I think probably still have some issues with some. And I'm not lying, man. Like probably every culture, I think I always have some bad apples. You know what I mean? But you can't judge the whole people because few guys. And yeah, we have a lot of Brazilians now, man. Like in my gym, we have a lot of Brazilians, but I'm lucky enough to say in my club we don't have those bad apples. You know, we got over of some bad apples and make the thing get more smooth. Yeah, and the Brazilians have everywhere now, man. I remember when I moved 2010, like probably have like 5 black belts and probably 2 or 3 was Brazilians, if I'm not wrong. Now I don't even know how many we have in Australia. Probably JJ could have this number. Would be interested to know how many black belts have in Australia at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't know the Brazilians. Yeah, we have a lot of guys, man. Now here, at least in my gym, you have a lot of guys, but nice guys.
Yeah.
It's great. What was I going to say? Sorry, you go, Brent. My mind's just gone blank there. I had
That's
had
right.
a really good question, so I lost it.
It's all right. Come back to it, Kim, when you can. One of the things that I'd love to know, VC, is have you had a favorite match? Like, is there a match that you have had when you've been competing and go, like this one was this was so much fun, or it was against somebody who you really respected and you beat them, or it was one that you lost, but what's a favorite match that you've had from a comp?
Man, I have one match. It was my last match before I came from Brazil. I was brown belt, and I competed with this skinny guy. Back the day, I didn't know who he was. Like, and then after I lost, but it was such a good match. Anyway, after this was 2009, okay, and then I moved to Australia in 2000, probably 19, just before he passed away. I'm talking about Leandro Low.
Wow.
I went to his seminar here on the Gold Coast. Man, and that guy, he's been so many comps since that match, so many comps. And I was with my students, and he was seminar with him in Bochecha. As soon as I got on the seminar, he looked at me and said, "Man, we compete together, hey? 2009, Fábio Gugel was in your corner. He knew everything, man. He knew everything." And he said, "That was my hardest match on that event." And I was like, "That's it. I don't even want to do the seminar anymore. I'm done." I was so happy.
Just You're just hoping all of your students heard that,
They did.
Brilliant.
I have that some Brazilians was next to me, and because he spoke in Portuguese, and I was like, man, I was like so pumped. And it was such a
Wow.
this match is on my YouTube. It was such a good match.
I've got to go watch it
Oh
for
wow,
sure.
yeah, that's
Man,
amazing.
I traveled 6 hours driving to this comp. I got there, I was overweight, I have to run. And then my first match was him.
Oh,
Wow.
Was 8-2 again. He pulled, he swept. And I remember I swept him back, and then he kept like standing up, pull, sweep, stand up, pull, sweep. Well, it was such a good match, man. And special because for me, it was the most special for me. I have a fight.
and
I have a fight with Lepri, with Kina, with Lipena, Romulo. But that was for me. It was, and I was brown belt. It was pretty cool.
wow.
Wow.
That
And
he
you didn't know
remember
who he
every
was at the
detail, man.
time?
He remember even who was in my corner.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
special.
That's so cool. That is so cool, mate.
Yeah.
That was special.
What I was going to ask you, VC, before when we were chatting, you mentioned you're heading over to Europe shortly. What's happening over there? Is that just for a holiday, or are you doing jiu-jitsu over there? What's coming up?
Man, I was going to do a camp training over there. I'm gonna tick the box like some. I'm gonna do a seminar with Roger Gracie, Braulio Stima, few other guys on the Alps in Austria on the snow camp. It's a snow camp. I was between go to Europe or this camp. One day said, "Oh, Roger Gracie is gonna be a seminar. Put my name." I'm on. I want to go there. You know, gonna be such a honor for me. Do like a seminar. These guys I always dream to even share them. And
Yeah.
I'll share
So,
each next.
as a bigger guy, VC, how important do you think it is for you, or for anyone really, any body shape, to train with similar sized people? Do you still get benefit out of training with smaller people? Do you think smaller people can get benefit training with bigger people? How important do you think that is?
For the competition mindset, you mean, or for?
Or anytime, both.
I think for the comps is very important. You comp some, people you normally what you're gonna get on the comps.
Yeah.
But I think that daily training with small guys is good, like, cause you.
It's good for the big guys, VC, not always the best for the smaller people,
But can
I
I
can
tell
tell
you
you.
a secret? Like I hate training with small guys. They're so hard to deal with. Like their legs always short. They always come in back, and it's hard to pass. And the way they pass is cause they smaller, so they sharp the way they move.
Mm, mm,
But I would more not by size, but one thing also Lucas told me this, like when you go train, like when I go compete, I normally go on Saturdays. I teach my class Saturday, but later on Saturdays I go there. I pick 3 guys normally, but I pick guys like purple belts or brown belts. I don't pick much black belts. I pick those guys and I go and do like my fight is 5 minutes. So I do like I count my brackets how many fights I'm gonna have. So I go there like gonna have 8 match, so 6 matches. So I go 6 by 5s. And then I do with 5 minutes rest. So I try to be very similar to the comp. But I don't go with the black belts because the black belts normally is good as well, but for this time of my training camp, I like to do lower belts because when you go with black belts, it's probably happen to you guys. You should like you. The guys do 2 points and no one risk any.
Hold on.
yeah.
But with purple and browns, man, you don't have the ego. Like no one cares and train,
Mm.
keep pushing. Even if you win, they still rolling,
Yeah.
and that's what I want for my comp. Like so. Yeah, I normally don't care much about. I do the weight as well, but more the belts. I
Yeah.
like to comp close to the comp. My daily training, I training. It's hard for me as a coach because I have so many people in my class, and then I try rotate the guys I roll, but every time I end up and so, oh, man, I roll same guys. Like, and
Yeah.
you try change, and I'm not young anymore. I don't train. Before I used to train for 2 hours, 3 hours. Now I have like 30 minutes. I roll 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes, because sometimes I train morning and night. 30 minutes. When I come close to the comps, I go to 45, 1 hour. But I can't go more than that. Like I can't rest. I can't recover properly. Heaps of injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is your body, mate? How's your body holding up? You started when you're 18, you're 41. Like, there's a few years in between. How's the body holding up?
I have a few injuries, like doesn't go away anymore. Like it's just part of me. And I have my physio. She's very against surgeries. She hates surgeries. So I have one on my hip and one on my wrist that she said, Vicente, on this case, you're gonna have to do the surgery. And I don't know what I did that last word, now 2 words ago, I did the cortisone on my wrist, and then I had to stop 1 week. The day I came back, my hip was good. I can
Yeah,
still,
right.
yeah. I don't know what happened, man. I don't even like to say too loud because otherwise come back.
Yeah.
But my hip got better. But I think because I changed my way to training, because I used to put you
Yeah.
on this side, now I put more on this side. But my wrist is pretty bad. My wrist, I have a cyst. I have like a arthritis on my hands, no ligament, pain all day. But every time I get a new injury, now I have sciatic. My sciatic's pretty bad. So I kind of forget about my wrist a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you keep change.
That's right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you think you will end up having the surgery on those or no?
Uh, I went to check with the doctor. The doctor said, "Man, cost 12,000, and 90% of people who did the surgery doesn't end up well." The doctor telling me this and said, "If you, cause now my movement is very like it's not much, and
Yeah.
if you have the surgery and get bad, your wrist won't move anymore."
Oh,
Move.
I said, "Man, so I'm gonna pay 12,000, 9% chance my wrist is gonna be bad. So I'll just keep it, take my
yeah.
chance."
Give me the 12,000, mate. I'll send you up some herbs or something. It might work or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you got a super fight that you would love to do? Like, is there someone that you would like really enjoy, uh, like a competition match against? You know, like if there are people out there who are trying to organize a super fight, is there someone in Australia or overseas that you would be like, this would be a fun matchup for you? Or have you smashed them all at the comps?
Oh,
There's no point.
man, that's like a calling out someone.
No, 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 no. I don't mean it that way. Like, just something that would be fun for you. Like, are there people who you were like, maybe you have rolled with them, and you're like, this would be a lot of fun. Not a call out, but something or a local match that you've had, and I'm like, like there's a guy who I've had two matches against, and I've won one, he's won one. So the third one we're kind of waiting for. Just one that will be a bit of fun. Like, have you got one of those, or you don't want to say?
Man, I'll tell you what happened last year. Have this company in Gold Coast, not Gold Coast, Sunshine, called I forgot the name, but they bought big names. They bought Taina Falta Burak 1 year. So last
Yep.
year they called me and said, "Vicente, who do you prefer fight? Vitor Hugo or Cyborg?" I said, "Man," I said, "Guys, at least my age, I'm going to Cyborg." So, like I'm not calling him out. Just
No, no, no.
it'll be cool to have a match. It'll be a big name,
Right.
one of my idols, so it'll be pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
He's
So,
a bit bigger than you, though. You need to go up another weight class,
no,
two
but
weight classes.
the deal was he get to 100. That
Yeah.
was the. But then I don't even know what happened. Cause supposed to be November last year, but
Yeah, okay.
and Vitor Hugo is, he's big, young. This Axel, close the door on the phone. Oh, it's my kid. Axel, can you move, please? Yeah.
All good, all good. I think we're nearly out of time anyway. Do you have any final words, or unless Brentos, did you have any more questions? Do you have anything else to
I've
ask?
like honestly, if you can see my notepad, I've got a whole bunch written down. Like this has been so fun for me, VC. I've got one more. Do you know the American Mount Rushmore where they've got like the presidents and that sort of thing like carved into this mountain, right?
Yeah.
So have you got like a Mount Rushmore of jiu-jitsu? Like let's say it's
Mhm.
three or four people that have really influenced you, whether it's people that you've been coached by or people you've competed against or people you've learned from. So give us three or four.
Okay, like Tererê, Tererê,
Yep.
Léo Vieira. Léo Vieira was my idol. Say more than three. I'll go with at least seven.
Go for it. Mate, it's your mountain. You can build what you
Yeah.
want. There's
Tererê,
heaps of mountains on the Gold Coast.
Léozinho, Robson Moura, guy I used to love to watch. Marcel Garcia,
Yep.
Lucas Lepri. Lucas
Okay.
Lepri, he wasn't the guy who made me start, but after, he was one the guy I watched the most. The new generation probably, or Rafa, not the new generation, but Rafa's one, Rafa Mendes. André Galvão as a color belt, he was amazing, man.
Yeah.
He did a color belt, which I think no one did. Because I wasn't that time, I was color belt, and everyone used to change division because that guy. What else, man? I really like this new generation, Mayhan. Mayhan's probably my favorite. Mayhan's amazing. And we have Megaton, Australia Megaton, Lincoln. I love giving.
Legend.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Legend.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, this
Oh,
guy.
Awesome.
that's cool, man. It's a bloody big Mount Rushmore, but we'll take it, VC. I think it's really cool. Hey, legend.
We'll give
Today,
you your dad
That was the
back.
other-
We'll give you that back in a
today,
minute.
That was
today,
that,
today with the kids, my wife went to work, so I'm
They've
looking.
been very good. Thank you for
Yeah.
giving up the time. Do you have any final words of wisdom for our listeners, VC? Anything to wrap up?
No, I hope you guys on the Gold Coast come here. I hope one day Pierce the Bean do the 10 packs here.
Yes,
Queens.
yeah. You have a lot of comps up there, though. The
Yeah,
Queensland circuit is huge. You have
yeah,
a lot of events, so
Daniel
you're
Lima does a
pretty
good
lucky.
job here.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, I'll probably to come to Melbourne soon as well. And that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, if anybody's ever up
legend.
around the Gold Coast, check out Southside. It's the place to be on for
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu on the Gold Coast or in Queensland in general. It's an amazing
And
place. Yeah,
anytime.
yeah,
Mate, we really appreciate you jumping on, VC. As I say, I love seeing you at the comp scene. You've always been super kind to me. You've been very generous with your time. So I love seeing you around the blocks, mate. It's been really good having you on, getting to know you a little bit more. It's been fun.
Cool.
We'll finish it there. Before we do, guys, just remember we've still got our Roll or Die t-shirts. So we've got a few of those that you can order. Shoot us a message. We'll get those out to you. We also have our athletic body care. VC, these are amazing, mate. I don't know if you've tried them. Some body soap, very, very good. There'll be a link in the bio for it. But we're going to wrap it up there. That's it for another episode of Roll or Die. Tell your friends, share this wide because this is a really good episode. It's been fun. VC, you're a genuine championship contender, mate. And I think for sure, don't miss 2025, mate. You could be on top of that World Masters podium, legend. So all the best going forward. You've got it. You've got it. All right.
Thank
Thank
We'll
you.
see you
you.
guys soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye. Bye.